Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. I ain't gonna let the people frisk me if I'm dirty, homie. A nigga never touch me, I got that dirty on me. Y'all tryna fuck me over. Y'all tryna fuck me over. Y'all tryna fuck me over. Y'all tryna fuck me over.
So, ooh, that car coming fast behind me. You better slow it down. So, y'all, my week, when I woke up Monday morning, was beautiful. Do you understand what I'm saying? Absolutely good. Everything went by smoothly. I can't complain. You understand what I'm saying? My brother came through, blessed my game. Just in case y'all don't understand what bless my game is. He came and did a good deed for me that I was not expecting, and it just really brightened my day. But then I get a phone call saying, yeah, your son finna go to jail. Him and some more boys been tearing up property, breaking people's windows on cars or whatnot in my subdivision. And they was talking about, yeah, it happened at 12 o'clock in the morning. First of all, we're gonna get to the first of all in a second. So I called my son. I'm like, he was like, mama. No, my son called me. He was like, mama, Tupac mama wanna speak to you. I can't tell you his real name, so I'm just, we call him Tupac. I say, so I put her, she got on the phone. She was like, yeah, they talking about arresting our sons because da-da-da this, and they saying our sons been breaking people's cars and stuff and this, that, and the other. And they want us to come up to the rent office. I say, well, I'm at work. I don't get out till 2. So I told her to put your quarterback on the phone. I said, you go to the rent office, you stay on the phone with me, and I need to hear everything they saying to you, because if they finna lock you up, I need to know what the fuck. Excuse my language, y'all. So he get to the rent office. It's this lawman that stay right next to me. When I say he stay right next to me, I walk outside, his house is right there. So Tupac mama stay across from me, and my cousin stay like down a little way from me. We all stay in the same neighborhood, basically. So when my son get to the rent office, he like, Miss Linda, I don't know what's going on, but I ain't been messing with nobody cars. I was in the house last night, and I hear Miss Linda say, well, y'all sneaking out. First of all, don't come for my child, but we're gonna get on that in a second. And then the police officer say, you're lying. I saw y'all, and this, that, and the other. Now, mind you, the only reason the police officer mad because his car got broken into. Like, this is the second time they broke into his car. The first time they broke into his car, me, my husband, and my son, and everybody was outside. My husband let off 2 rounds at the dudes that was trying to break into the lawman car. So, mind you, they just gotta show you that we don't play that shit. So my son was like, well, I was playing video games last night. He said, but when I looked out my window, I seen 2 dudes. One had on a white shirt and some dark pants. They was running past my friend Kimmy's house, running from, by your car. So the police officer said, you lying already, because how you was in your room and you seen it. If I could have jumped through that phone and beat that motherfucking police officer's ass, that's exactly what I would have did. Because first of all, if you been in my child's room, then you know from his room, you can see everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. His window gives you a great view of everything that's going on up and down the street. So that's strike 1. You done call my son a lie. So I hear her, I say, so my son look like every black boy in the neighborhood, because my son got me on speakerphone, because I tell him to put me on speakerphone. I say, so my son look like every black boy in the neighborhood. And I hear my landlord tell me, yeah, I'm finna check her. Wait, just wait, I'm finna check her. So me, I'm that chick. I'm the chick to check. So we get to the, I get off of work. I have an errand to run before I can make it to the rent office, because they tell my son to go home, because the lawman was like, my wife had to keep me from shooting the little boys last night. And Tupac, he like, well, you should have shot him then, because it wasn't us. So I'm telling Miss Linda that my son, my alarm gets set every night at 10 o'clock. It never fails. Never. Every night, everybody's in my house. My smallest children are in my house. My oldest child is in my house, because everybody knows I set my alarm at 10 10 o'clock on the dot. If for any given reason 10:01 come and my alarm is not set, my phone is gonna notify me that I have not set my alarm. That's how smooth my alarm is ran. So with that being said, the way my alarm is set up, like I said, it lets you know you need to set your alarm after 10 o'clock, but it'll let you know when you set your alarm and when you disarm your alarm. So you can't get in and out of my house without me knowing it, because I get a phone notification. Even if my children are at home, my phone will go the fuck off if you unset my alarm. And everybody knows that when I'm not there, my alarm stays set until I get home. So, like I told them, I got receipts. And she was like, what are receipts have to do with this? I say the receipts are, I can go online and pull up my alarm system information, and it'll show you when my alarm was set last night. And ain't nobody left my house, and my son definitely wasn't out at 12 o'clock in the morning, because his mama don't play that. So she was like, well, you don't know what your children will do when they, you know. I say, so what you saying is I'm not monitoring my household. That's what you saying. Because I don't know what your badass children will do, but what my child won't do is defy me, because he too scared that I'm gonna go across his head if he ever try my life. So by then, all I done remembered about our conversation throughout the day, because I got an hour till it's time for me to get off, is you done call this police officer and call my son a lie, number one, and I know my child not lying. And number two, you done said you gonna check me. So I called my mama and I'm like, Mama, the children might have to come stay with you. She said, why? I said, because when I get off, I'm gonna beat the brakes off this landlord. My mom was like, you can't do that, you gonna go to jail. I said, but she said she gonna check me, so I'm gonna see if she got her red pen out, because I wanna make sure that she check ready. So I called Nikki and them. I say, bitch, I'm about to get put out, because if she say something wrong, I'm gonna fight, because y'all done dragged my son in here like I'm raising some terrible ass child, like I don't know my child. A lot of people can say they know their children and they don't know their children, but I know my children, so I know what my children will and won't do. I had that type of relationship with my children, so you can't tell me nothing about my children, because I'm in sync with this. And then number two, like I said, my alarm system is a beast. You can't enter or leave my house without me knowing it. My phone every time is gonna notify me of my doors being open. I have sensors on my windows. You can't get out of my house without me knowing it. So I get to the rent office, because clearly she's gonna check me. That's what she said. She's going to check me. And this police officer has called my child a liar. First of all, my child is not a liar. But furthermore, while you sitting up here talking about you caught them red-handed, I have two questions for you. I stay right next door to you. Why you ain't knock on my door and say your damn son outside, if that was my child? Number two, you talking about you started to shoot them. Well, you should have shot their ass, because if somebody fucking with my property, breaking into my shit, and I worked hard for it, I'm gonna shoot their ass. And number three, is he fighting? Or is he fighting himself? I think she fights herself. Scary. This lady in the back of me, Lord. Okay, but number three, if you'd allow, if somebody breaking into your stuff, when you apprehend them and arrest them, I'm just saying. So when I get to the rent office, because clearly I'm going to get checked, I walk up in there, she not there. I wait, because I got to fax some papers anyway. So she walk in, she say, hello, Miss West, how you doing? I say, not good, because I'm still waiting on her to check me. She say, what's wrong? I say, I need to speak to you. She say, well, I'm finna take lunch right now. I say, well, how long your lunch gonna be? Well, can you come back at 4:43? I say, sure I can. So I leave. I go run some errands, go pick up some wigs I got waiting on me at UPS. I go fill my gas tank up for the rest of the week, because I know me and Angie going to Nikki's this weekend. So I go do that. I make it back to the rent office at 4:30. 4:30, I get there. She procrastinating. Now, mind you, it's the same lady that was running her mouth through the phone, hollering about she's going to check. I'm still aggravated that a chick thought she could check me. Ain't no checking me. I'm uncheckable. So, I'm waiting. Nikki and Angie them texting me, talking about, are you fighting or no? I said, she don't want to. Clearly, because she ain't checked me. And, you know, like I told my mama, you my mama and you don't even check me. My mama talk to me and tell me what I'm doing wrong, but she'll handle me with care when she do it, because she know that a lot of times if she make me mad, I'ma hang up the phone, or I'ma be quiet, or if she make me mad, I might get slick at the mouth. I ain't gonna get disrespectful, but I'm gonna get slick at the mouth. So my mama don't check me. She'll let me know when she'll call me on my stuff though, but she'll do it in a way that I don't feel like I'm being checked, okay? So she was like, let me bring you into the office. So she brought me into the office. She was like, in a nutshell, they're saying that there are some boys that look like y'all sons, that are breaking the windows. No, because at first you said that was our children. And the lawman said he called them red-handed. I say, well, I thought y'all said that those were my children. She said, no, we never said that. That we're not saying that it is your boys. We're saying that they said it looked like your boys. I say, well, who said it? She said the residents will bring them here so they can look me in my face and tell me that's my child. She said, well, they didn't say it was. They said they think. I say, see, that's the problem. That's a problem within itself, because if you gonna pinpoint my child, you better be damn sure that you got the right child. I say, but Miss Linda, furthermore, you know me. You know where I came from. I stayed in the VA 11 years. I scraped and struggled to get out there, hustled hard to get out there, grind it to get out of the VA. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I wouldn't dare let nobody in my household compromise me losing my house. She said, I know, Miss West. She said, but it's not a problem. You know, I say, and if that little boy that my son got into it with told you that, I say, hell, you know doggone well my son not hanging around him, because he threatened to shoot my child, and I almost had to beat that little boy up because he tried to run up on me. She was like, no, it wasn't him. But you done told my neighbor that it was him. So now, when I get in front of your face, you backpedaling and you don't remember none of the shit that you done said earlier. So I'm aggravated because I'm like, you done talked all this shit. But you get in my face, you trying to sweet talk me and be all nice and throw me a blanket and give me a book and some tea. And I'm not feeling like I want to drink none right now. I'm feeling like I want to bop you in your face. So she was like, Miss West, don't worry about it. I know it's not your child. The same thing she told my friend too, mama. Hold on. I'm almost to the house, Audrey. What? What?
Is that grandfather's school?
No, you can have it.
Okay.
All right. So I'm like, but you was saying that it was our children at first. She say, no, I'm just telling you what the residents said. Don't come telling me nothing about what no residents say unless y'all got clear iron truth that this is our children. I say, first of all, my child college bound. He trying to be a police officer. He wouldn't dare mess up his record for nobody caught. I say, but then second of all, I don't know what kind of children y'all used to see, and I say, y'all don't do nothing about these badass children that are running around here, but I raised my children to have morals, which means they not gonna run around here messing up nobody property, breaking up nothing. Hell, we the same people that come over here and clean up the park because these badass children and threw their cups and cookies and chips and candy wrappers all at the park. So she was like, well, Miss West, everything's fine. It's okay. You know, just keep them in the house. And if it's, you know, if something else happens again, then we'll know it's not them. I say, it don't matter if something happened or it don't happen. I'm telling you that you can't tell me nothing about my child because my receipts say that my alarm system was not undone and my child didn't leave my house. she was like, okay, Miss West. She said, it's okay. Just, don't worry about it. I'm sorry I'm in such a rush. But, we're so busy around here. Y'all wasn't busy when y'all was knocking on my people's doors. Talking about y'all was finna arrest these children. Had these fucking children scared. Because Tupac, he was so mad. I'm talking about fighting mad. Because even when the police officer said I started to shoot him, Tupac said, you should have shot him because you wouldn't have been shooting us. He was so mad that I believe Tupac would have tried to go after the police officer. He was so mad and them children was so hurt that Tupac just left. Like he went to go to his uncle's house because that's hurting. Like these are the few good children in the community, and for you to accuse them of doing something that they know that they wouldn't dare do, because number one, they mama's crazy as hell. That's a problem. And it's like I told her, I say my children know they can't hang around certain people, and the people that they do hang around, they hang around them because they mama just like me go across their head at any given moment for doing any little bitty thing that they know they not supposed to. Baby, turn. You taking up the whole street with your no driving self. So it's like, but yeah, I don't know, I've already been talking 15 minutes about that. More of the story is, when you know your children, can't nobody else tell you about your child. Can't nobody tell you what your child will and won't do. Now, if you got a badass child and your child susceptible to do any doggone thing, then 9 times out of 10, you gotta, I ain't saying believe what somebody say, but you investigate it. But since I know the type of children I raised and I know what they do, my children might cuss when I'm not around. My children might go to the other side when I tell them not to. But touching other people's property, they ain't never been in my children's DNA. They got a lot more shit than a lot of children out here. So they definitely not gonna be messing with nobody's stuff. Especially nobody's transportation. So the moral of the story is, protect y'all children. And you teach our children how to act in public and how to conduct themselves. Because my son could have got wild to the T and cussed all of them out. But I ain't raised my son like that. He handled that situation like he was supposed to. I wish I could have been as calm as he was, because I wanted to tear some heads off. I fights, especially when it comes to my children. I'm like a mama bear. You mess with my children, all best is off. I just want to beat you up, and I think about the consequences later, which is not good. It's not good to be like that. You should never be that person. But when somebody mess with your children, if you have children, I don't know about everybody else, I'm the type of person, when you mess with my children, you messing with my life. When you mess with my life, you messing with my everything. I don't play about that. Like, don't do that. Let me call you right back, CT. Alright. So, more of the story is, teach your children how to act in public. Don't just let nobody just say no anything and just go along with it. And talk to your children about how they should conduct themselves in certain situations. Because I'm really proud of my son, how he handled himself yesterday. And like I said, I wish I could have handled myself the same way. But I was just so mad because I felt like somebody was attacking my child and messing with my child, that I didn't take this so well. So I'm finna get out of here. Yeah, I'm glad I ranted and vented about that, because I really needed to vent and rant about that. So I'm finna get off of here, and I will talk to you guys later. I feel a whole lot better. I have to get ready to take my son to his appointment, my youngest son to his appointment. So I guess I'm gonna let his friend tag along, because his friend spent the night. So yeah, y'all, I just had to come on and tell y'all about my eventful yesterday and how I almost got checked, but not really. Okay. All right, y'all, I'll see y'all in the next vlog. Bye.